Hello everyone and welcome back. So today's mani tutorial is on this lovely Valentine's Day mani with a lovely golden heart peekaboo on the underside. So today's mani is going to be pretty simple, and the way it's designed is designed for full cover tips. So if you're already doing on your natural nails, the peekaboo effect will not work, so you can skip that step if you want to just have what's on top. However, as I've explained in previous videos, my natural nails are pretty rough. So I generally have a protective layer if I have my natural nails at a certain length, or I have full cover tips or hand sculpted extensions on. So in this case, I have a Gel X system from Beetles on that I got with my advent calendar to do this with. So we will go ahead and get into the products used here. So the plates that I used is Maniology's Classic Beauty BM-XL355 for the heart image. We have Maniology's M396 for this image right here. And we have Maniology's M179 for this image right here. Okay. Onto the polishes. So the polishes that I used was this lovely red from Beetles. It's a gel polish, and any red like this will do in gel polish. I have this lovely magnetic red from Beetles as well. This came from the advent calendar. Once again, any magnetic red like this will do in gel. You can alternately do regular polish of these type of varieties as well. However, you would just swap for the equivalent. You would need a regular red, a magnetic red, and a matte top coat. But you would also need a smudge-free top coat as well if you're using regular polishes in the gel's place. Okay, so I used regular no wipe top coat and matte top coat from Beetles. Now the reason I used the regular is primarily for the underside, because these are matte tips to start with, so they have a texture. So that way it is glossy on the underside. I used it on the underside of the tips after applying. And the stamping polishes that I used was this beautiful gold from Born Pretty. I got this in a multi-pack collection on Amazon. And then straight up black from Maniology, B171. Once again, any black stamping polish will do. Okay, so we will go ahead and get into, you will also need a detail brush, your usual stamping materials, your stamper, scraper, cotton, acid, and all that. You will also need a magnetic wand of some sort. Some sort of good strong magnet is what you will need. Okay, so we're going to start by stamping before we even add polish. Okay, we're going to use this gold from Born Pretty on this heart image. Layer polish, scrape, pick up, and apply to the free edge. You don't need to go all the way up. You just need it to be able to be visible on the underside, and that's all you will need. Past that, you do not need it. Scrape, pick up, and you're going to do this to all 10 nails. Make sure you clean the plate in between. We're down to the last two. sure that this is a very open image kind of image, so I want to make sure I have enough polish on the image. The more open space in which you need to have filled with polish, the more polish you need. So that is why, unlike what you would previously have seen, I only do roughly half the image. There's a lot of open space here. And this is a polish that's finicky about open space images. A good substitute for this would be Heart of Gold by Maniology. That one's very, very close to this one. And we'll go ahead and go in like that. All right. So now that we've applied all of our gold hearts on all of the nails, let's see if I can not do what I did last time. I oopsied and stamped something over top of the red on my ring finger, just out of autopilot, and had to go back and fix it. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the red from Beetles. We're only going to do one coat of this, so I don't scratch up my metal bottom of my lamp. Let's take that off for a moment. So we're going to go ahead and do a coat, not on the skin like I just did. Ooh, I need to put more acid in my dish. Brush. And then that one little spot right there that made myself look like I was bleeding. It was just polish. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do one coat of this red over top of the gold. Now the reason for this is to give it a little bit more opacity on the red, so that way when you do the magnetic, you don't see the gold hearts bleeding up through the bottom. See, if you notice, you cannot see on this side at all the gold hearts, but if you flip, you can. So the reason for this is that alone. So you only need one coat of this because it'll help hide the gold hearts on the underside. Now, you can just skip this part if you want to, if you're doing no gold hearts on the underside. I'll wait for this to cure. I should be getting close. I can't check it as easily right now. It's charging too. So now I'm going to go in. Ooh, my finger look all funny. We're going to go in on all the others. Make sure it's an even coat as much as possible. And of course, being very careful in the cuticle area, because that's the area that polish likes to slide into, especially stuff like gel polish. we want pretty nails, not allergies. There we go. Okay. So go in very carefully. Kind of inch your brush up into the cuticle area, but not actually on it. We don't want to get on the skin, just up to it. Around the edge. I'm going to have to clean that. Ever so slightly tapped my skin. Okay, once you have covered all four, you may have to go back in because, like I said, this stuff kind of likes to separate from the stamp a little. You may have to go in and just very gently take the brush over it. Right before putting it in the lamp on a couple of them, like I just did there. It's a nice pretty red. Excuse me. Okay, so that is all we need this red for. Put that back. Goodness. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. I'm gonna have to clean that. Because at some point in time I had accidentally gotten some at the on the bottle. And opening that, I got it all over myself. Okay. Clean the back of the bottle a little bit here. Sorry about that, guys. I had not anticipated that. Did not realize that it had made a mess of itself. Okay. So now, I thought I cleaned all of it off of myself, because I had not. Alright, so let's see what the heck I'm doing getting the light. Sorry, guys. Alright. Let's try again. Alright. fuzz knot. Okay. So we're going to do a coat of this beautiful, lovely, shimmery red magnetic polish. I have to say that the advent calendar for Christmas for Beetles had the most beautiful freaking red ever in there, and I'm in love with this color. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the magnet and we're going to go towards the underside. And the goal here is to get as much of the pigment to lay opposite of the shiny side. And leave that beautiful deep red with a hint of the sparkle. Cure for 60 seconds. And that is how we do the first coat. Oh, if I can get my hand in there properly. There we go. Okay. What do we got going here? Let's see if I can actually see. Got about 20 seconds left. Okay. So I do have something coming up here soon for you guys. I got to use a little bit of our tax return to purchase a brand of product that I've been wanting to try, much like the clear jelly stamper last year. This year we got Uber Chic to try. I got some plates, some stamping polishes, and some gel polishes for testing, because that's the bulk of the nail art stuff that they have. There's other stuff too, like powders and stuff like that, but like the bread and butter would be like their stamping, stuff like that. So I got a little bit of each type of product on those 3 types to try, and I will be recording that when they come in for you guys. So if that is something you're interested in, go ahead and turn your notifications on to notify you when my videos come out, because it should be here soon. If there's no delays, I should be able to have it for you guys for Tuesday. If there are any delays, it might not be until the following week. We will see. Yeah, that's the one that like gotten cotton fuzz on, so I gotta fight past cotton fuzz. There we go. Because we don't want cotton fuzz knot. Okay, so now we're going to take our magnet. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. Cool, so now that I've done that, that is much easier to see that lovely little cotton fluff that was in there. And pull that out of there. Much better. So now we have a hard time seeing the gold from this side, and by the time we do the third coat, you won't be able to see it at all. See if I can beat my timer here. It's getting close to time to having to pick up the kid from school. The youngest anyways. So hopefully I can beat my timer. And of course I got more on me. Alright, and now we're going to do the last coat of this red. And now we're going to do the opposite of what we did last time. Now we're going to enhance these pigments and get them to the forefront, like so. I do the thumbs separate, so I don't have any pooling at all in the cuticle area and sidewall area. I always like to have my thumb like this, flat, instead of tilted when I have my hand like this, because it likes to pool onto this side. So I always like to have my thumb like this or like this in the lamp. So that way it is pointed downwards and has flat, so it's not pulling here or off on the sidewall. So this is a cuticle area, and these are your sidewalls right here. So to prevent pooling of the gel in those areas, that is what I do while in the lamp. Actually, so I don't make that same mistake that I did last time, I'm going to do that one first. Preventative measures, folks. Preventative measures. So I got too many things on my brain right now, and I'm kind of on autopilot. All right. I love this color so much. It's so pretty. Nice, even, full coat. I really like the brush that this one came with. It's a very nice brush for application. Not all polishes have brushes that are nice for the cuticle area and sidewall area and smooth, and heaven knows that I have had so many struggles with some of the brands of polishes that I've gotten over the years and their brushes. There are some I refuse to use the brush that comes with them because they're just that jacked up. These are typically polishes that I would get from like Dollar Tree, and I just use those with the exception of like name brand ones from Dollar Tree. Like, I'm not talking about the Sally Hansen or stuff like that I would sometimes find. I'm talking about like the New Color and LA Colors and ones like that where their brushes are pretty rough. So, alright, let's get these pigments moved. Careful, Mary. Moved in the enhanced way. Come on. There we go. So the reason I'm moving my fingers the way I am is because if I get them too close to the magnet while I'm doing another finger, it will move the pigments on me. So I'm just kind of doing like I'm counting while doing the magnetics because I don't want, I mean, you can spread your fingers like this if you really wanted to do the, but you're still at risk. Peachy, I love you. Why are you yelling at your mama? What? Oh, my poor baby. You're so neglected. Mama hasn't paid nearly enough attention to you today, huh? I know, my poor baby. I had an appointment today. I'm sorry. My poor little Peachy Puff. He's my old boy. So let's see if I can get you guys a shot of Peach. Probably not by the looks of it. No, probably not. The way you're sitting is not conductive of mommy actually being able to move the camera and see. And you won't lay in my lap. No. Silly boy. You'll just whine at me and complain at me till I pet you. Yes. Come here. There. One last scritches. Here's my baby. I love you too. Okay. So, as you can see, I have a needy feline. Alright, so we're going to take this lovely rose image and put it on this ring finger with straight up black or your favorite black stamping polish. I'm going to go about roughly halfway down the image. This is also a little bit thicker, a little further, so it's not as bad about filling. I don't know what was on that caused that, but okay. So once you've got your rose image, I'm going to line it up and towards the center and apply. Okay. I need a cotton ball. There we go. And that's the only time you're going to use that. Excuse me. Okay. So now we're going to take this lovely image in the upper left-hand corner of M396. Scrape. Pick up. And we're going to go ahead and just put that on all the rest of our nails. Peachy, if you purr any louder, they might actually hear you. I'm gonna roll the opposite direction of what I scraped. I'm going to do this 2 more times to complete that part of the design on this hand. Like so. And then one more time for the thumb. And then towards the top, like so. Alright, so that is all the stamping needed. And this next step, I'm happy that I'm using my dominant hand instead of my non-dominant hand. It's a lot harder to do with my left hand than it was my right. It took me a lot longer. My right hand takes me much longer than my left. Okay. So we're done with the plates. Now here comes the fun part. Now we're going to need our detail brush. And we're going to use our black polish. And we're going to line around the outer edge of the nail. This I'm probably going to zoom in for you guys a little bit so it's a little easier for you guys to see. We're going to go in around the edge. Alright, almost done with this one. We're just going to go all the way around the edge of the nail. And there you have it. Now you have that nice, beautiful outline. I'm going to let that dry. We're going to go in on the others. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go in. Create a nice little outline. at the edge of the nail. Laying your finger down may give you the stability you need in order to do your outline. If need be. Sometimes I need to lay my finger on its side like that in order to get it. And as far as how thick the outline is, that is personal preference. If you want a nice thick outline on it, go for it. I did a relatively thin outline, like on mine. It's not as wide, I should say, not thick as in this way, thick as in like how wide the outline is. I just realized that can be misconstrued. You don't want the polish to be thick on the nail in that sense. I want to make sure it's relatively thin so it dries properly and doesn't cause any problems with your top coat. Snooze that. I have time, but not a lot. So thankfully, I am close to being done. Okay, smooth this out so it's not so thick. And that one's outlined. I love you too, Peaches. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not, but he is purring as loudly as he can. Okay, there we go. And we got one more. And then we can start the top coat phase. sure this isn't super thick there. And then, of course, clean up around the cuticles. It's important at the end. All right. So we have lined all of them. Like so. Back her up now. There we go. And now we are going to go in with our matte. No, I did do a layer of that on top too. It essentially would take the place of the smudge free. Kind of smooth it out before I put the matte top coat on. I'm going to do a layer of no wipe top coat, just your basic glossy, before doing the layer of no wipe matte top coat. Get the cat hair out of there. And of course, as always, you can leave it glossy if you like it glossy. You don't have to make it matte. This is what it would look like glossy. Oh, Peachy. You're such a sweet baby, you know that? Well, yes, you are. You're such a sweet baby. You are. I love you too. I will give you lots of snuggles after I get the kid from school, okay? Alright, to get my glossy top coat on the rest. In fact, I can swap my time on this from 60 to 30. Thinking about it. This top coat doesn't need the full 60, just needs a 30. This would be, if you're using regular polish, this would be the stage in which you would use your smudge free. And of course my phone's going to start ringing on top of everything else. I've had a lot, it's tax time, so I've had a lot of advertisement and scamming calls. Again, we're at that time of year. One of the few times that I get called like crazy. Okay, now that we've done our top coat, into the lamp, and then we'll get the matte top coat in just a moment. Yes, Mr. Peaches, oh my goodness. Yes, I know, baby. He's a needy boy this morning, or afternoon I should say, because it's afternoon now. Who's a needy Fluffy? Who's a needy Fluffy? Yes, who's a needy Fluffy? It's okay. Alright, so now we will go in with our no wipe matte top coat. Peach, that's mommy's drawer. Leave it alone. Starting with the thumb. Cure the thumb and then go on to the rest of the fingers. Okay. Oh, I know. I'm almost done. I'm almost done, then I will go get Kyle and then you can have Mama Snuggles. So as you can see, I don't have an inhibition layer. It's automatically matte due to the fact that this is a no wipe matte top coat. If you were to use, well, I'm assuming Gelish is still this way, Gelish matte top coat, you would have an inhibition layer you would need to remove. With isopropyl alcohol, and you would get the matte effect. And another fun little trick. So say you want to change your stamps out after a few days, but you still want the gel base. Okay, so what I'm doing now is a gel top coat, meaning I want this to last. I don't want this to come off until I'm ready for it to come off. And I want it to be over a week, if at all possible. So that's why I'm using gel. I want the longevity. Now say I didn't want the longevity and I wanted to change them out the day after Valentine's Day, or just a couple of days after Valentine's Day. So what I would do, instead of using a gel no wipe regular top coat, then gel no wipe matte top coat, I would wipe the inhibition layer off of the color before stamping. Then I would stamp. I would use smudge-free top coat, then OPI matte top coat. So that way I can just do a quick swipe with acetone and just swipe it all off and still have the gel underneath just fine. Now careful not to overdo it with the acetone because it will eat through the gel. But it's mainly just to get that top layer off, and then you can use that bottom color again to use for a different design. So we're going to get our isopropyl alcohol and our lint-free wipes, and let's clean up the cuticle area of stamping polish. Like so. I apologize if you can hear my stomach growling. That is also on my to-do list after I get my son from school, is to get something to eat. Come home and get some strawberries and blueberries or something like that, and have a small snack to time me over until dinner time. lots and lots and lots of there. And there you have it, guys. So we have our lovely gold peekaboo on the underside, and we have this lovely red rose and swirls on the top. So, and it has a nice velvet feel with this polish. So I hope you guys enjoyed this mani and this tutorial. I hope you guys found this helpful. For ideas or entertainment, whatever it may be that you're watching this video. So I hope you all are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be, wherever you're at while you're watching this video. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Bye.